down and listen to the youngest part of our team and also the biggest part of our team. So when we come down, we narrow down all the mistakes that we have done and rectify it, seek a solution. We cannot get out of that room or whatever the place that we are without a concrete solution. So we usually do everything as a team.
Correct.
Yeah, we have this experience from outside. Like me personally, I've played for professional clubs like Puneri Paltan and Dila Delhi and also Kolkata, like Bengal Warriors. So I have taken the experience from out there to our players. Now, Indians, they do their own thing, but we Kenyans, we do our own thing. So if it is planning, strategizing, we always stick to what we plan. We always stick to our plan. If the plan is bad, we have some timeouts ndani ya game. When I call timeout, we discuss it within 30 seconds. So you have to make a decision like very fast. And these guys, they are very sharp. Yeah, we usually work as a team and they are brilliant guys. Yeah.
As we talk about the same still with them, and let's assume that the team is not here. In the dressing room when things are tough, who is that one player who will bring life in the room?
We have Helvico. we have Helvico. We have another player, a very young player called Otaya. He's absolutely
he's
awesome.
Like a tune of the dressing room.
Yes. He will start singing, and you can't stop him from singing. Yeah, he's actually very nice. Yeah, he raises spirits for the team. And actually, sometimes when the players are tensed, it calms the tension and they focus on whatever we plan.
Ruben.
Yes, sir.
Was it a case of, during your training, was it a case of no pain, no gain? Or was it a case of more pain and more gain as you're preparing for the outcomes?
In my case, I would say it was no pain, no gain. Yeah, because we knew what was ahead of us, so we had to put in the efforts, not just at the field, but also theoretically. Watching YouTube videos, analyzing them, and this we're also doing them after every match. We will sit down and refer to YouTube and analyze each and every game, so that you can point out our mistakes. If it is a defensive mistake, then we can rectify it. If it is reading mistake, then we can rectify it. I think we've been embracing that over the ages, and it is one of the key things that have actually helped us to mitigate failures in the field. Yeah, so it is a strategy that our coach deploys at critical moments, and I can say it works a lot. So it's all about visualizing, and us as players, not going ahead of ourselves. Yeah, we just like flow with the game. Yes.
Flow with the game. It is Anthony. Of all the matches that you played, which was the most difficult? Earlier on, Ruben mentioned that Uganda was one of the teams you knew would be strong. But in terms of the most difficult matches you played, would you single out one or two that unajua kidogo we won, but kijasho ilibidi kututoke?
I think ilikuwa first match against Uganda. I think tulikuwa tumezembea kidogo, ama tulikuwa tumeandarate ile team kidogo, but ilikuwa tough one. Ukisikia tuliwin na 1 point, haikuwa an easy fight. Ilikuwa kwa jioni moment ile unapata kila mtu hapo ako confused kidogo, but tulimanage. Though ilikuwa the toughest one. Ilikuwa kibarua kidogo.
Anthony has just brought up a very good angle in terms of the margins, the mental strength that came in. Elvic,
yes,
you've now wrapped up back-to-back African Cup of Nations. Up next is the Commonwealth Games, and of course you are also looking at a beach kabaddi that will be coming up. What are your plans as Elvic going into the future or balance of year 2026?
Yeah, so looking for the closest one is the Commonwealth Demos, which will happen in India. So we arrived a day ago, but immediately from next week on Monday, we're going back to training, which will be very intensive at Indoor Arena in Moi Sports Center, Kasarani. So we are self-motivated. I'll begin with that. Yeah, the government, we appreciate it for coming through. Like in the Zanzibar tournament, they facilitated our tour, gave us tracks and shoes. They used to follow up on us. Yeah, but on training, we advocate that everyone comes in place, both the players, the government, the federation, so that the players can have a smooth moment in training, because most of us come from home to training. So sometimes you don't know what your fellow player has eaten for dinner. Maybe he doesn't have energy today. So I think if the government can help us go to the camp and also facilitate us in our trainings, I think it will be better.
Thank you, very much in terms of preparations. You've clearly called out government support, and we appreciate the government for always coming through in terms of aiding and supporting our sportsmen and sportswomen. A lot lined up in store. The Kabaddi team is still looking forward to the Commonwealth Games that's coming up later on in the year. Then we also have Kabaddi beach games that will be happening in Tanzania, December, between the 10th and 22nd of December. But remember, Commonwealth coming up next month, that's September, and it will be happening in India. They have a bit of Indian tone in terms of what India can do. Remember, Kenya ranked among the top in the world, and as they go into that, Kenya will be a force to reckon with. We'll talk about what preparations are looking at when we come back after this short commercial break. So please don't go away. What next is, what are they looking forward to, and how do they plan to get there? Enjoy.
Get ready for a captivating continental football extravaganza. KBC Channel 1 brings you exclusive coverage of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON. From Sunday the 26th of July to Sunday the 16th of August 2026. Welcome to Morocco! Morocco is the battleground as Nigeria defend their title against 15 other nations fighting to lift the prestigious trophy. Who will be crowned Queens of African Football? Courtesy of the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. Watch all the action unraveling on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Princess Marfo. We'll come back to how the qualifying system works. Here she is again, into the middle it goes and into the arms of Ocean Konar. So, as said, top two in the 6-team pool go through, and then it's a lot easier when you get to the phase 2 of the Interconfederational Playoffs. 6 teams, again, sides from all over, this time with aside from European governing body UEFA coming in, and then it's just 1 match rather than 3. Win that and you are at Brazil. So this is the first of 5 games.
I first of all thank God for the strength, and I thank my teammate for the support. We all fought hard and it goes to all of us, and I couldn't do it without them. And I thank my family and all the support, and thank myself also, and the staff and the coaches all believing in me and giving me the opportunity, and I'm grateful.
The wait is over. KBC iko Huduma Center. Starting with Nairobi, kupata huduma za KBC imekuwa rahisi. From digital guidance and signet services to booking of commercial adverts and documentaries. Visit our dedicated desks at Huduma Center GPO, Times Square, Makadara, Kibera, or Eastleigh. Tunakungoja hapo. Whether it's a casual announcement or a specialized media solution for your business, we are here to serve you. KBC at Huduma Centers. Moving closer to you. Your station, your service.
Many caregivers struggle to keep it all together because of the overwhelming responsibilities they carry on a daily.
When we got the diagnosis, the doctor told us, "Oh, you didn't know he has autism?" That's the way we got the news. And I remember I was like, autism, oh, okay. So I asked him, where's the medicine? And he told me that there's no medicine.
You know, one thing with having a child ambaye akona challenge yote, especially this one that contains the brain, and that's a severely disabled child, you find yourself sitting down and then you think too much.
Autistic children is a full-time job. And when you have two caregivers working together, then you give the child even a better chance in thriving.
As a community, we owe them much concern, care, and empathy. Remember, inclusion is not charity, it is dignity.
Welcome back. It is Game On your weekly show that brings you highlights from a sporting point of view on what makes headlines in everything that we do. Welcome back, and we now focus on the future for the Kabaddi team. Remember, they are one of the best teams in the world, and some of the players that we have played professional Kabaddi in one of the best nations, and that is India. I'll start with Coach Samuel Kibura, who's also who was the first African to play in the Indian leagues from a Kabaddi point. Very experienced, very well exposed, and I mean, as a coach, Simon, what is that one thing or two things that you'd look out for in a player and say this can be a very good Kabaddi player? Is it physique? Is it flexibility? Is it the mindset? What is that one thing that if you look out in a player you'd say this can be a good Kabaddi player?
Okay, basically for me, when I'm looking for a good player, I do not look for physical results. I look for the passion in that player, the passion and the interest of it. That will actually bring whatever you want to put inside that player. Unakutaga ukiingia mtaani unakuta mavijana wazuri sana, but kijana hata kama akona physique, hata kama akona speed, ako agile, yani ako poa, kama ana passion na ana interest ya game, then he cannot do whatever you want him to do. He cannot bring the results that you want this particular person to bring. But kama player, kama huyo kijana akona interest, ameshaonyesha tu just a spark interest, then it is very possible to bring a very professional player out of that person. Like for example, tukipiga an example of Omanyala alionyesha tu interest kidogo kwa sprinting, and that's it. Alionyesha passion, akaonyesha interest, akaput more work, and here we have Omanyala. So same case applies to somebody or me as a coach identifying a player. Ile hiyo natafuta tu passion na interest. That's it.
Interest is critical, because without interest, I mean, it's useless to force somebody to do a repeat, to go in and get the results. Ruben,
yes,
we now have the Commonwealth Games that are coming up next month. How is your training like?
So far, because of the jet lag, naweza sema tumetulia kidogo. But as from Monday, as our coach has stated, we are planning to go back to training, physical training and skill-wise, so that we can prepare in due time. And because the games, the Commonwealth, they are a bit of a higher level, so we need to sharpen our skills. If it is the reading skills, if it is the defensive skills, we really need to sharpen them. And also, as one of us has said here, in Kabaddi, especially these local tournaments and these African championships, we have scouts. And the work of these scouts is to select and pick out players who they see that they have potential in the sport of Kabaddi, so that they can represent Kenya in the pro Kabaddi level, because it is the highest level. But for this Commonwealth, I can say it's about training. It's about training. And also, since I come from the Rapid Deployment Unit in the RDU, also right there we are really training as a team, as a club, because we all have one goal: to play in the pro Kabaddi and to compete at the Olympics, at the Commonwealth. Yes.
It shall come to pass, and of course a very glittering trophy that is right here with us in studio. Champions, AFCON Kabaddi 2026 Zanzibar. Congratulations to the team that is here in terms of getting the results. Anthony, what are your goals as we now look forward, fast forward? Are you looking at pro Kabaddi, or what's your goal as Anthony?
Okay, me nasema tu kitu msio ni motivate by the way. Aliniambiaga useke vitu mingi kwa kichwa. So mi nataka hiyo goal kwanza kuchezea senior, and then nyingine God ataileta hapo mbele. Unajua kila kitu inaendaga na step. Sema nyingine Mungu ataileta tu.
Happy to note that you keep believing, and you believe that you just don't want to bypass the processes. You want to go through each process in terms of getting it right at the top, in terms of graduating from each level. Elvik,
yeah.
In other sports, we've seen them gaining popularity right from the school days. Do you think it's a high time that maybe Kabaddi got into Kenya secondary school games, Kenya primary school games, so that we start building that passion and the liking for Kabaddi and popularize it at that early age?
Yeah, definitely, because majority of the current players, they knew about Kabaddi from someone they knew who played Kabaddi. So out here, not a big number of people know about Kabaddi. They only see us on the social medias, maybe today in interviews. But we play with the government if we can get the opportunity to introduce the games in the secondary school games, because currently it's in the KBC syllabus. Grade 5 students are studying Kabaddi, so theoretically they have knowledge about Kabaddi. So if we counter them in high school, it will be a very major step towards popularizing the Kabaddi sport, because I can see in football and rugby in Kenya, they have popularity basically because most of the players and the fans and even the sponsors, they knew about the game in secondary school. So even if a person played, or the brother played, or he was interested in Kabaddi in high school, coming towards the Kenyan circuit, even the national team, they still have passion of the game. So if we counter kids in secondary schools, after they finish, they'll of course come and join the local clubs. Like we have 13 men's local clubs and 6 women's. You see, that's also a step, a very good step. So when they come from high school, they can join the local clubs. If they make it to the national team, it will be a plus because we'll also have a broad base of talents to select from, and of course get the best ever players in the country.
Elvik, way to go, and it's good to note that it's something that is being embraced already. Benjamin, what can you promise Kenyans now that Kabaddi is a very popular sport? You guys are, famous both locally and even in India. Some of the Indians, follow a lot from a Kenyan point. What can you promise Kenyans?
promises wa Kenya ni wa promise. Atseme kabla sisi kuna timu ilikuwa na waliweka kabadi na certain level na tunataka kuipandisha. Tunataka kuweka kabadi ina higher level, yani to raise your bar. Hakuna kushuka sahi vile umesema sahi, forward ever, backwards never. Sisi sahi goal yetu ni kuenda tukienda sahi. Ndio tushaanza ni hivyo. Na hii Commonwealth ndio tusai tuna trainia. Tuko na chance poa ya kujirepresent, kujishowcase skills zetu. Huko team ni different sana na yenye tulicheza nayo hapa, lakini tunajipanga. Zoezi leo tunapiga kwanza Monday na by the time nafika tutakuwa well prepared.
Thank you very much, Benjamin. Now we are joined in onset by the full team. You can see them there. The team that went out did duty for Kenya and always very passionate about whatever they do. I'll have Coach Simon Kibura just wind up this and just let us know what we can expect from the team going forward, because we have two major championships that are coming up. The Commonwealth in September, which is next month. As Ruben said, we shrug off the jet lag, then shughuli anze. Then of course you have beach volleyball that's coming up immediately in October after September. So back-to-back championships, a lot to talk about. What can you expect from this young men and women? The women came back with a silver, men came back with gold.
Yeah, so first thing I would really take this opportunity to thank the Ministry of Sports and the Sports Fund for enabling the Kenya team to achieve the required bar raising our sport of kabaddi, and also take this opportunity also to promise the government and the ministry and also the Kenyans that we are going to take back the trophy home. We are really going to work so hard. We have very good and committed team, not only the players but the whole team, the whole kabaddi team. It's really well committed to making sure that we have provided the players and given them a platform where we shall take kabaddi to the next level. We have Commonwealth, and we are going back for training starting next week. It is something that we have noticed that we have to get stronger on defense, stronger on attack, stronger on the strategies. So that is something that we are going to work on, and also we are not going to take it as a joke that the support that we have been having even with the KBC. Asanteni sana, and may God bless you so much as we continue, and keep supporting us. Keep supporting us kwa sababu hii ni mwanzo tu, bado tunaenda. Asante.
Hii ni mwanzo, bado tunasonga. In rugby they call this okombe. I don't know what you call it in kabaddi.
Okombe.
Oh, you also call it okombe?
Yeah.
I'll find out from the chipus why they call it okombe. Bengelia Ki-O. I don't know. But as we wrap up this, just to say thank you very much, Benjamin. We appreciate you making time to be with us. Elvic, Anthony, Ruben, Simon, and of course the entire team. Congratulations and welcome back.
Thank you.
We'll be wrapping up with them, and as we wrap up, just to let you know that after this we'll be going into the Prodigy segment, and we are featuring Kyle Shah, a tennis player. After that, Chipu will be in studio with us to let us know how they managed to scrap through all the way to the final. They had no respect at all for Namibia, which has been a thorn in Kenya 15's flesh, but they put them where they belong. We'll be talking about how they did it when we come back after the Prodigy, which will be featuring Kyle Shah. But as we go, the team here will let us know how they celebrate anytime they get a point. After that, the director will take it away with the Prodigy. Then up next, Chipu will be coming in on set. So how do we celebrate? I'll let Elvic, please guide us. You want us to sit or to stand?
We can stand.
Okay.
But this is our captain.
Oh, captain.
Yes,
now,
this is our captain, Samuel Wafula.
Wafula.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. Yes, we are all within. And let's see, how do you do your celebration?
Yeah. So, this doesn't mean one time. It means 1 point. Okay?
Okay, so, 1 point.
Yeah, the way in football somebody does. So for us, we tap on our thigh.
All
so
right,
we do.
So let's go.
Like that.
So
3,
you do the count.
2, 1, let's go. Nice.
There we go. Thank you very much. The Prodigy is up next, and do enjoy. After that, Chipu will be coming on set. See you then.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
This is what all aspiring tennis players dream about, to play in the Grand Slam one sweet day.
That's been my dream since I was very young, and it's still my dream, and I'm looking forward to trying to achieve it.
And that includes Kenya's top male seed, Carl Shah, who got into the sport as young as they can get.
So I started playing tennis when I was 3 years old. I would say I used to go watch my brother play tennis, and I just wanted to get on the court and start playing. And then when I was 13, I moved to Barcelona, Spain, to continue playing tennis at a higher level and competing at a higher level. I was there for 5 years at a tennis academy. And when I was 18, I graduated from high school and I went to the US for college.
He went to high school in Barcelona, but he did not neglect his interest.
I was studying global commerce and economics, and it was difficult to balance it with tennis, considering I was playing at the highest level. But it's just about time management and being organized to be able to manage myself and all my training schedules and my tournament schedules.
Carl was able to balance both his academics and sport and excel at both to graduate with top honors at the Denison University, where he's among the top 50 scholars.
I graduated a month ago, and yeah, I'm done with school for now.
In 2026, Carl won the doubles national championship in the NCAA to be named in the Academic All-American with his partner Ethan Green, and he's also excelled in the singles as well to be inducted in the Roll of Honor.
Decision making, being able to perform under pressure, under real world circumstances, and that's helped me translate what I learned in the classroom onto the tennis court.
He's also partnered with another local tennis ace, Angela Okutoi, to win silver in the FISU World University Games mixed doubles, with the two having come together again for their nation in the local tournaments.
For for Kenya, I would say winning Kenya Open 2 times in a row was pretty good, big. Winning the first time was my most memorable achievement. In terms of national team, Davis Cup, my first year was just being able to represent Kenya at the highest tennis stage is an honor, and I'm looking forward to doing that at home this year in front of the home crowd. I won the Kenya Open twice. Last year there was no Kenya Open, but the 2 years before that I won both. I would say Kenya has a lot of good rising junior players. The semifinals and finals were definitely tough rounds, tough matches, and very comparable to other tournaments I've played outside of Kenya.
And thus the prestigious Kenya Open, where many legends have written their names, not forgetting the World Cup of Tennis, the Davis Cup, where he's featured too.
It was definitely nerve-wracking. I didn't know what to expect. There was a lot of expectations for Kenya to stay in Group 3. And yeah, I just went out there, tried to play my best, and took a lot of pressure off myself after the first match, after the first tie.
The top seed was elated to be named in the 2025 Africa Davis Cup Zone 4 tournament, where the upcoming juniors were set to debut too.
I think they're going well. This year I have a little more responsibility as one of the older players in the team. So I'm just looking to carry my weight and show the young ones what is expected of the team and the expectations to be on this team.
Tennis Kenya has a lot of junior initiatives that have helped nurture talent at a young age, just like Carl.
Oh, definitely. Kenya is taking a big step in helping juniors by holding more ITF junior tournaments, helping them travel to other tournaments in Africa, this new thing with France. So they're definitely helping juniors be able to transition from junior tennis into Davis Cup, giving young ones opportunity at like 15 or 16 years old to be part of the team, maybe not necessarily play, but just to be part of the team, to stay with us, to see how things are run as a team is just an incredible experience, I would say, for them. Because when I was 17, I took part in my first Davis Cup, and I would say I learned a lot, even though like I didn't expect to play.
They have also entered into a partnership with the French Tennis Federation, which will go a long way in uplifting others and the sport as well.
I would say college tennis is mainly about the team. Just being able to, junior tennis is individual, and then transitioning into college, which is just about the team, changes your whole mindset. You're not only fighting for yourself, you're fighting for the university, for your teammates, for your coach, and that's helped me transition into Davis Cup, where you're not only fighting for yourself, you're also fighting for the whole country, which has definitely been a huge benefit for me. Now that I've graduated from school, I'm looking to play pro tennis. My goal is to be top 150 in the world, but I'm taking it step by step. I have to start playing the lower level pro tournaments first to be able to get into the higher level tournaments, and using Angie as like an inspiration to keep the dedication and drive to continue to try and play pro tennis.
As for Kyle Shah, it's always an honor to play for Team Kenya, though he's based in the USA.
It's definitely a privilege and an honor to wear the Kenyan colors outside of Kenya. People look at it and they're like, wow. So yeah, I carry it with high pride.
And if you want to be like Carl, you have to develop the passion for it and work for it, as he said.
Come out, watch some tennis, and keep playing tennis if you like it, and one day you'll be able to represent Kenya.
Thank you very much. That was Kyle Shah featured in the Prodigy segment, and of course tennis coming out very strong. Wishing all the tennis stars all the best in all that they do, not just tennis but all our athletes across the country in all that they do, both young, old. Wishing you all the best. Remember the Kenya men's team that is in the under 18 boys five-a-side hockey team won the inaugural championship here in Nairobi. Kenya ladies won number 2. Then coming back also are the Kenya juniors under 20 team from the World Athletics Championships in Oregon, came back finishing second behind the United States, which clearly showcases that from a junior point Kenya is doing well. While the athletics under 20 team were doing their duty in Oregon, we had the under 18s men's five-a-side hockey team also making Kenya proud, and of course the ladies as well making Kenya proud. We also had our rugby team under 20, that is Bate's team, Bate's Cup team, also in Uganda, doing duty for Kenya and making Kenya proud. They are the 2026 Bates Cup champions, and they beat a very stubborn Namibian side. Remember, on the seniors, Namibia has always given Kenya a very good run for their money and has always come up on top, but it looks like the juniors are turning this around. We are privileged and honored to be joined by the junior team that was out doing duty for Kenya in the Bates Cup. Some of the team members are here. They will unpack for us how it was in Uganda, and did our Sevo brothers give them anything to worry about? Remember, there were 2 leagues, Div 1 and of course the main senior Bates, the senior Bates Cup team, where the boys in studio did duty for Kenya and came back victors. Congratulations to the team, and it looks like Mbele iko sawa in all sports, the juniors doing well. They are here in studio. I'll start with my farthest, right, joined by Jaden Oyer, a member of the Strathmore Leos rugby team. I know he's really keeping an eye on what's happening from Kabeberi 7's point of view, but it all happens. Jaden, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Karibu sana.
Pleasure.
Welcome back to the country.
I'm happy to be back.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next to Jaden, we have Chelsea Otieno, a member of the Kenya Commercial Bank rugby side, very young, upcoming, and of course looking forward to a very, very strong point of the same. Chelsea, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Karibu sana.
Asante, sir.
Well, joining us on set, last but not least, we have Maxwell Kipsang. Maxwell, a member of, the Nondis rugby team. With us also a member of the team that did duty for Kenya and came back victors. Maxwell, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
How is it like to be back home?
It feels nice to be back at home. Yeah.
Back at home with the Okombe?
Yeah, especially with the trophies now, it's more fun.
More fun?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It is so much to talk about as we look forward to, how the team came through and scrapped through everything. We are looking at the teams that you played against. You had Tunisia, Namibia, and of course Zimbabwe in the same. Let me start with you, Jaden. Of all these matches that you played, which was the most difficult and why?
Junior Sables.
Oh, Junior Sables. Zimbabwe.
Yeah. The match against Junior Sables was very hard, coming from the fact that they were in a high-performance camp from December. They started training from December. The Bathurst Trophy was actually expected to be in April, but this year it was actually pushed forward till August. So they've been in camp training as compared to us who are just mobilized all of a sudden. Not all of a sudden, but we did some training, not to the level of Zimbabweans, and we could feel their conditioning, we could feel the training that they had all together. So it was a pretty tough match for us, and looking forward, that's the team to actually focus on, because they have been doing a good job in their preparation.
Zimbabwe, traditionally has also been a very good side at Chelsea. What do you think was Kenya's strong point in terms of, beating them, or not even just them, but eventually becoming victors? What do you think was our strong point?
Okay, me, I think like Kenya ilifanya to beat Zimbabwe ni come up as a team, tukasema for us to beat Zimbabwe, we should come up with a strategy. The strategy was to come up as a team, because Zimbabwe ndo team yenye tulikuwa tunasema hii lazima tu, because
si hata Namibia,
si tulikuwa tunaangalia kwanza hiyo Zimbabwe, tulikuwa tunaona Zimbabwe tukichapa Zimbabwe hivyo ndo tumeshinda finals, like because Zimbabwe ndo ilikuwa tu hapo, ndo ilikuwa tu tafash kidogo. So tukasema to come up as a team, to put heads together, kila kitu itakuwa poa.
Was it the match that we were down and many thought we were out?
Yep, because utapata like Zimbabwe ndo hiyo ndo ilikuwa match ngumu, alafu kila mtu alikuwa ameogopa.
We were 14-0.
Yeah.
Or which one was it? Was it the one?
Yeah, no. I think that was the previous year. This was this year that we just finished. We just conquered from the first minute. We took the lead from the first minute to the last. We didn't give them a chance because we knew
what was the strategy? Was the strategy take them on, get maximum, so that tukishiwa gas huko mbele, the job will have been done?
Honestly speaking, first of all, most of them were twice our size. So they were so big and well conditioned. So our strategy was just like not to go for their legs, not for their upper. Because you see, if you go one-on-one on them, will not match their physicality, because they have been training for a while. They have been together. They have been eating the gym a lot. Yeah. So our strategy was just chop them on the legs first, and then just have a strong heart. That was it. And every time we got a chance, we made sure we scored. We had the points. So everyone had to bring their A game. So everyone had their head switched on, so it was very, like, everyone was fully focused. I think it was all about the focus, because even before we left Kenya, the coach was like, the only thing that I can put into your mind right now is the Zimbabwean game. That's the only thing you have to think about and focus. Because so now when we left Kenya, we went to Uganda, we all focused on Zimbabwe. That's what the focus yetu ilikuwa tu hapo, Zimbabwe.
So as Jaden says, you could feel uzito, as in these guys were somewhere preparing.
Yeah, you could feel. Actually, after the game, we had some knocks. Most of our teammates had a lot of knocks, and some didn't qualify to play in the finals because they were ruled out because of the injuries, because of the physicality. You see, and also some played the final when they are not 100% because of the knocks and whatnot. Because we really felt them.
Wow. Jaden, there's always been a concern, not for many, but personally, I've always had a concern with our conversions. We get the 5, but getting the 2 extras has always been a Kenyan problem, traditionally. What do you make of the Chipus in terms of conversion rate? Do you think it's something that we need to be proud of, that we are narrowing the gap and getting it better, or it's a perennial problem that seems not to be going away, not just for Chipus, but even the Simbas, even the Sevens? Conversion has always been a very big challenge.
I think on the matter of conversion, it's usually just pressure. It depends on the pressure of the game. You'll find that in a leading game, mostly you'll find conversions are perfect. But once we're trailing and we're trying to chase the game, it's when the conversions start getting scrappy. For the Chipu conversion rate, it was actually not the best, as I will say, but it's something that if we put a little bit working on, will actually become better and make it better in the higher level. As for most of us, we're still planning and training to be in the Simbas in the future years coming forward.
It's always been a perennial Kenyan problem as we move into the same. Let's talk about, all the preparations for this Chelsea. How was the preparation like? Because looking at the teams that you've played, Zimbabwe, very strong side, Namibia, one of the best, normally makes it to the World Cup. You've also had Tunisia that equally are coming up very fast. Should we be proud that Mbele iko sawa from a rugby point? Because clearly you've shown that you're matching them, head to head. And if they've gone for intense, training like that, and you come up and you still manage to, to go level with them and even beat them, what if you also went through the same training?
Okay, for me, what I know is that, hata kama tulikuwa na hiyo short time of period, still tulikam kubeat Namibia, Zimbabwe. Si ati venye hao pia wako vibaya ama nini. Nile time yenye sote tulikuja in one tukakuwa in one thing, tukasema ni hivi na hivi. So I mean, like, as long as niko like, since tume qualify for the qualifier World Cup, your time yenye tenda qualifier World Cup, like niko like, your time tukipatwa tu a long time of period of training, niko sure like kutatoka na good results pale na kile kitu kitakuwa poa.
It's all to do with how one prepares, Max. How was our training as Kenya? Training ilikuwa mzito, or it was zile za guys, time is not on our side, but let's get our paces together, but just remain focused? Inawezekana?
One thing I have to say is that I think most of the boys were really focused and they were really ready to do what they were being told. So as much as we had a short time here to prepare, the training was very heavy. As much as we didn't use that as an excuse. Yes, we had a shorter period of time here to prepare and whatnot, but here could to drag nyuma. We still had heavy training because we had around 3 camps before we traveled. The first one was in Nakuru, so we were there for a week, and then we came back to Nairobi. Then again we came for a 3-day camp before we traveled. So the training was heavy, but we had no option. We had to do it because time ilikuwa already short. So lazima we had to work hard because I also feel like your training ilitusaidia a lot on the games, especially the gym work that we were doing, because if we had not done them, I don't think to get manage to match your physicality all the teams like Zimbabwe sana, because they were more physical. So your period tulikuwa na as much as ilikuwa kidogo, but it to help a lot, because you see most of the players playing, they come from different clubs. So there's some in Western, there's some in Kisumu, there's some in Nairobi. So your short period tulitumia kubond, and you know, like not most of them are used to playing in the same team. So your shorter period tulitumia ku come up together, tukabond pamoja, the chemistry, to bring the chemistry right, and stay focused, and eventually it worked. You see hata kwa game most of the time, gaming kitu ilikuwa tusaidia ni chemistry, because you know like next man wako anaweza fanya hii, fanya hii, so you know how to utilize and use them.
Interesting indeed in terms of preparations for the same. Jaden, yes. What do you think are some of the key lessons that we picked from the Uganda Bates championships? Despite winning, there must have been some lessons that maybe we need to go back, work on, or we need to keep improving on, or lessons that we've picked that we just need to continue having to maintain this level.
First and foremost, the most important lesson we picked up from this tour was that heart, having the heart and desire to play is what gets you a win in the international level. Mostly you can find that the other team, your opponent, is more prepared than you, but once you say, you put your head together and you say they cannot beat us, and having the heart and desire, passion to represent the badge, your country, is what was our main driver, and the lesson is basically heart is what won for us all our games. Because if you look at the preparation point of view, it wasn't the best as compared to our other teams. But with the heart and the Kenyan pride, you know, as we're being told by our coach Carlos, we're Kenyans, we don't need to prepare. Kenyans, we've been doing this, we've done this before. Yeah. We've done this before, and there is no way we're going to come and get beaten. Even if we've not trained, we're still Kenyans at the end of the day. So we fight for the badge, and that's what basically Simba means. That's a strong person in heart and in mind. So that was just our main driver towards this Bates trophy.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, interesting point. We are Kenyans, born Kenyans, which means we should always be ready, born ready to take up any, tight moments that come, and as they come, we will always, come in and make sure that we pick up the pieces and continue driving the same. Remember, they were out in Uganda. They went, they took on some very strong teams. They conquered. They came back victors from a Bates Cup point of view. Remember, these are juniors who are already slowly graduating into the Kenya Simba's senior team. Wishing them all the best, and we look forward to a very strong performance from this team going into, the future. At Chelsea, we look at our opponents and we know that it's a very tough one. What did Coach Carlos say to you guys in the dressing room when you are now preparing to take on Namibia on the deciding game? You won 33-14. What was that message in the dressing room?
Okay, kitu kwanza yenye Coach Carlos alituambia, it was like, remember, si nyinyi wote wenye mko hapa ndo mtacheza next. Kuna wenye watakam na kuna wenye wataishia. So kitu yenye kwanza kuna wimbo alitupatia inaitwa last dance. So wenye mko hapa si wewe ndo utakuwa hapa next. Kuna mwingine atakuwa hapa. So hiyo ndo last chance yako. So hiyo iko last chance yako, you should prove it, and you should kile kitu iko poa. Alafu tukajipatia call moja tushinde hii, call ni status. So hiyo ndo ilikuwa call yetu, like hiyo ndo ilikuwa inatumotivate Because tulikuwa like tukishinda hii State House. Ulikuwa look at your next man anakuambia State House.
Because I also remember kwa game ya Zimbabwe. Kuna pale bana game imekuwa ngumu. Sasa shot tuko tu nyuma State House.
Kila msee hatuwezi
kufika point yenyewe like Zimbabwe wana come back. Unaona wanakuja like bro tuko karibu kulose. Ukasikia tu kwa msee wase hatuwezi achilia State House. Hapana. Changamke.
Ilikuwa tu call.
Yani ulikuwa unaona kuwekelewa mawe.
Msee tuko like
kienda kwa call. 3-1 State House.
Unaona hata tulikuwa tukiingia kwa game like ulikuwa ukiona tukiingia kwa goal, tukiingia kwa game, call ilikuwa jamaa 3-1 State House.
Ukishaambia hivyo unachangamka.
Ukishaambia hivyo unachangamka.
Wewe unajua tu.
Wewe unajua.
Ukishaambia hivyo hiyo ni self explain.
So actually adu kisikia call State House huwezi kataa kwenda State House like so hizo ndo I think hizo.
Unajua kwenda State House ni wewe piga shughuli yako.
No, piga shughuli yako.
Ukishashinda
State House.
Wewe wengine achana naye. Wewe shinda tu kwa.
Wewe shinda call State House na I think hiyo ndo vitu zingine zilitusaidia.
I mean, there are very many things in our pamoyo. As in, game mnaona inateleza na mnasikia tu uko nyuma mtu ashawika State House. Nguvu inakuja.
Nguvu inakaa bado ujipali inatoka.
Congratulations team, and we hope that the authorities are watching and they have listened. But it's also a very good way to motivate the teams, and we give credit and we thank the head of state for always being passionate about sports in the country, for always being very passionate about our sportsmen and sportswomen, and always coming out very strong to motivate them and to really thank them for the good work that they are doing for the national, for the national teams, and of course for the country. Thank you very much, Mr. President. We wish, that other federations can also pick up the same and just keep driving the teams to get us the results that we need. That statement alone, Majama, State House. Kwa hivyo mkiingia kwa ground against Namibia, operation
ingia hivi kwanza unasikia majamaa tuko finali. Si tushinde wengine tuachie president. Kwanza ingia hapo kodi State House.
Kwanza tulikuwa na vijana wengine hapo wa Western, tulikuwa na vijana wengine hapo wa Western. Tulikuwa tunawaambia, majamaa sasa tunataka tushinde hii game alafu tuoneshe nje ya kwenda State House.
Hawajaifika State House.
Sasa naambia ndio time jamaa. Ndio masaa ya kwenda State House.
Na mnajiona guys vibaya.
Mbaya.
Hiyo ndio one of our motivation. Like the main motivation ilikuwa hiyo.
Like hata wao madam wa Kiaru time amekuja game. Tushashinda amekaa. Ametuliza. Mnataka nini?
Chairperson.
Huyo the chairperson of KRU.
Nani Madam Harriet.
Madam Harriet. Ametuliza, mnataka nini? Sinaambia tu State House.
Hakuna story.
Shamaliza yetu.
Si
shamaliza. Cause tumeshinda. Si tumeshinda. So tunadai tu State House. Yeah.
The future is bright. Mbele iko sawa. Kama wanadai State House. But congratulations. Mgala muhi haki yake mpe. 1, 2, 3 State House. I love the word that Zimbabweans were coming back. They must have been wondering, what is this State House?
What is State House?
It looks like it was a coded language and it worked magic. Ilibidi.
Hapo sasa ilifika part yenye unakumbuka nyumbani State House. Unakumbuka tena unasema kuna mtu mbele. Wewe ndio unaninyima State House.
Wewe ndio unaniseparate na State House. Wewe ndio uko mbele yangu na State House.
Ndio barrier.
Wewe ndio barrier.
The point kwa game, Zimbabwe almost coming back, and then people were like, they were putting their heads down, and then like the fatigue ime check in, because there tulikuwa tunachezea ilikuwa kama the weather ni kama Mombasa. So like hadi unafika pale unapotea afu jua iko hapa. Because game yetu na Zimbabwe ilikuwa 1. So the sun was just here. So unaangalia wase, ukiangalia hadi mtu nyame amepeana yake best. Amepeana yake best hadi yako exhausted unamwangalia tu. But ukishaambiwa State House hayo yote inapotea. Unachangamka hapo.
Nguvu imepanda. Chelsea. So what next for Chipu? What next for Chipu now that you've won the battle?
Okay, kitu yenye si tulikuwa tunataka next, because call ilikuwa State House. Tulikuwa tukishinda call ilikuwa State House. Sasa tukishamalizana hiyo State House, sasa turudi to the drawing board tuangalie ni nini ndo zilifanya tu labda tries zenye walitufunga, nini ndo ilifanya tufungue hizo tries na nini ndo ilifanya tu win game. Kenye ilifanya tufungwe tunazi rectify na kenye ilifanya tushinde tunazi upgrade tena to the next level. Yep.
Jaden,
Yes.
I mean, he's clearly called out, we pick our learnings, whatever we need to fix, we fix, whatever we need to, improve on and keep controlling, we control. If you were to play some major international matches to just help you improve from a junior point of view, which countries would you look at in terms of maybe if you got an opportunity to play against that can really help in terms of improving our game?
Basically, I would just look at the top 4 countries in rugby. I feel like there's a lot to learn from them, from their training, their feeding programs, everything. For you to be at the very pinnacle of rugby in the world, there's something you're doing right, and there's something that needs learning from. First of all, closest, obviously, our neighbors down here who are doing a brilliant job, going undefeated for such a very long time to back-to-back World Cup winners. South Africa will be a very good sighting, considering that they have very many teams, very many development sectors. They have South Africa is just brilliant in terms of rugby. So if South Africa will get a lot of knowledge from them, remember, winning the World Cup is not an easy thing.
Yeah.
Twice, back-to-back. And I, as a South African fan, I hope that they do win it again. And I will also look at England, considering the fact that they have one of the very, very best top athletes, and their research in rugby is actually the best. Looking at how they feed their players, how they recover, how they train, what they do in terms of preparation to be at the very top. New Zealand, of course, they are the greats in rugby, history-wise, and they've been doing it, and they've done it before. So New Zealand is actually a good place. And another team that I would actually like to recommend is Argentina. Though it's not at the top 4, it's actually bringing up rugby in their country very well, considering their internal league performance. And the one thing they usually do is pick players from the internal league. So if we just do that here in Kenya, it will make our internal league be more seen and be more profound in terms of quality. Yeah.
I mean, we look at it in terms of improving, in terms of making sure that, everything goes our way. Max, we are seeing a moment when Kenyan rugby is turning around as a result of your performance. The young chipus, coming up for the same. Yeah. It is very good to see that the younger team are also taking up club rugby very, very, seriously. Are you worried that rugby base has shifted from Ngong Road, from Thika Road, and gone to the western side of the country? Or it's a matter of time?
Honestly speaking, I'm not worried because I feel like they've also, because you see, if you look at the history, there's a point when Cabras will meet KCB in the final.
Correct. Most
of the time, and they lose it. So I also feel like they deserve it because they've also been really working hard towards it. So they've lost so many times in the final, despite their hard work and whatnot. They came back, they lose in the final. So as me, I feel like it's also their turn.
It's also their turn.
It's also their turn because you can't just work hard and you go even unrewarded. Even before God, it's not right.
Hard work pays.
Hard work pays. It has to pay. It has to pay.
It has to pay.
I feel like it's also their chance, but it's not for long. I feel like we'll be back to Nairobi in the next, not this season, but in the next 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah,
this season.
When we talk about that, we have, members of Kenya Commercial Bank team with us here in studio. No wonder, we are hearing so much talk of this. Remember, you're watching KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner, and it is Game On that's coming to you live on KBC Channel 1. Let me come to you, Chelsea. What is it with Kabras and rain? Because anytime it rains, lazima wawachinde. What is it with rain?
Okay. I think he's also studied. He went to high school in the me and him were in the same school. We went to
which school?
It was Koyonzo High School.
Yes.
I feel, and even he knows, most of the time when you're in Western, you'll train on a rainy field.
Oh, really?
Most of the time it's raining, so you have to catch the ball, whether it's a wet ball or whatnot. You just have to do it. So I feel like being a Kabras player, you're used to playing in the rain. So it's an advantage for them because they're used to playing in the rain. And then when you come to Nairobi, it rarely rains. So, yeah.
What is it with rain? Because even when you're playing Kabras here at times, you know, at the Den, along Gong Road, you know, you can hear fans who are saying, Leo akunyeshi, hakuna mvua mtoki. What is it?
Okay, so, like sasa, about Kabras. Kabras, ukionanga mvua inanyesha unasema ndo hii time yetu imefika. So in their culture they believe like game yetu tunayo lazima tukunyeshe. Na kukinyesha sasa inakuwa mbaya like
Mungu amesema
I think you know time I think wanaamsha ma spirits sijui. So you see, but next akutanyesha hopefully.
But in hopefully in the 7th circuit, Jaden, Strathmore Leos is a side you can never push aside. I mean, it's a side that can always surprise any team in the 7th circuit. Last season, 7th circuit, Strathmore was a team to beat. Even this season, only gone 2 legs, and you can clearly tell that write them off at your own peril.
Yeah, I think with Strathmore, when it comes in terms of 7, sorry, it's just the preparation and the quality of players that we have in the 7th sector. The likes of Victor Mola making the national team, Shujaz, the likes of Elton Amalemba, who are actually carrying the Kenyan flag high. The preparation is basically just it, and the heart. Remember, Strathmore Leos is also a lion. As I said earlier,
Blue Lion.
Lions, it's just heart. Whatever, we just believe, especially there's a lion there in Dwaraka, we believe that that lion can never beat us.
The green one.
Yeah,
the green lion. The green lion.
When it comes to 7.
And also the red lions.
So,
yeah, the red lion.
Yeah. When it comes to 7s, it's just a matter of knowing who we are. Hiyo ndo nasemanga kujitambua. Knowing who we are and knowing what we are here to fight for. And I believe in the coming circuit, especially this one, though I've been in Kabeberi just a few minutes ago before coming here. We've just drawn. I believe that this circuit is going to put us at a proper level where we'll be able to compete for the National 7 circuit.
Super. Max, what next for the young Chipos now? Because, I mean, also soon graduating into the seniors. Are you looking at maybe making it to the senior team? Are you looking at professional rugby? Where are you seeing yourself in the next 5-10 years?
Definitely, first, my goal since I was young is to play for the senior team. That's the Simbas and the Shujaa. So hopefully I'll make it. And maybe, yeah, I think it answer tu na hapo, and then after that maybe professionally. Yeah, professionally, like somewhere outside the country, most probably England or sana South Africa.
Wow. Yeah. We are looking at a very strong moment. Chelsea, for you, I know Amonde is a one who will not bembeleza or anything, and the SNC coaches, etc. How is it like for you, and where do you see yourself?
Okay, for me, I see like this is just our beginning. Yeah, because last year ndo nimetoka high school. Nikatoka high school, KCB to Chipu. So it's just a beginning to me.
It's a good trajectory.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, like in the next 5 to 10 years, hopefully pale Simbas, presenting my country again. alafu professional rugby. Yep.
Okay, it can be done. Are the fly-ups doing you guys a better job, the Zolas of this world? Or it's an area that needs to be worked on?
Sometimes good, sometimes
Okay.
On and off.
on and off.
Kuna time yenye saa zingine nakubali, kuna time yenye saa zingine nakataa. Pia ikataa pia tunakubali tu.
Unakubali, tunasema kesho ni siku.
Kesho pia ni siku. But kata ile kata tena kesho.
Hezi kata
kila siku. Tena kata kila siku tena itasumbua.
Hiyo shida iko mbali.
Shida ni moja. Hizo time msemangi azina. Destination ni wapi?
I think sasa hapo
I think pia hapo wanafaa kuwa na motivation yao.
Mnafaa kuwa na motivation.
Sisi tukisikia hata by the I think our kicker, the one we had in the tournament that we just came in. We just came from I think the boot was not that bad because you see our game against Zimbabwe ali convert is it 4 out of 5 of which is not bad. Yeah. Na kitu ilikuwa na motivate ni state house. So I feel like kila tukua tu kitu ya kutumotivate.
Mkipata tu mafly hapo unamwambia boss, wewe ndio uko katikati yetu na ni point mbili. Jayden, yes. I mean, where do we see you now in the next 5 years? Because it looks like Strathmore very, very focused when it comes to sports, and Leos is a powerful team that's also coming up and bringing in very young, good, young, upcoming, sportsmen and women. First and foremost, do you prefer 7s or 15s?
15s. I feel like 7s, there is too much pace and too much work. I prefer the physical part of rugby. Yeah.
Okay. In less than 20 seconds, your parting shot. Mbele iko sawa for Kenyan rugby?
Yeah, I feel like Mbele iko sawa. They're doing so far so good. I'll want to thank the entire Kenya Rugby Union for being with us, because you see, we as the under 20, we don't have a sponsor. So it's people getting money out of their pockets, supporting us, whatnot. So it really takes a lot for someone to come na kusaidie, you see, because we don't have a sponsor. So we really want to say thank you to the entire KRU, to the entire team management for the hard work that they have been doing, because you see, it's not that easy running all this without a sponsor. So, and we are really humble and grateful, because honestly I feel like Mbele iko sawa, because they are really helping us a lot. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I don't want to ask them because they are interested parties. Who is winning KBC? Who is winning? Anajua. Who is Mulios?
Okay, honestly, KCB is known for winning KBC, so I can give them.
Not even Kulabu?
No. I feel like KCB will take the day.
Not even Queens?
Yeah, not Queens, they'll wait for their tournament. The Christies.
That's okay. Thank you very much, Jayden, Chelsea, and of course, Max. Wishing you all the best, and we appreciate you making time to be with us despite your busy schedule, and of course, just coming over from KBC. We'll be joining you in KBC shortly to also see who is taking it. Thank you very much. We wish you all the best, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
At this point that we say thank you very much for having kept us company, and just want to wish you all the best. Remember, later on, it's the third playoff where Algeria will be taking on Morocco. Tomorrow night, it is the final of the WAFCON. Will it be Malawi debutants, or will it be Cameroon taking it up this time? Remember, it's all live on KBC Channel 1, your true sport partner. We are keeping an eye on all the sporting activities around the country. In our subsequent news bulletin, you'll get the results of this and many more. Up next, we just want to say thank you on behalf of the transmission controller, the director, the producer, the cameraman, the sound technicians. Thank you very much for having kept us company. Kuonana kesho, majaliwa yake Mwenyezi Mungu. Bye-bye for now, and please keep it KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
wiki hapa kwenye Mkulima tunafuga minyoo wa ardhini ili kupata mbolea yenye virutubisho kabambi. Ukulima si vitamin plan ama ile backup plan, kitu kishindikana. Sasa hivi ukulima inafanywa na vijana, inafanywa na wazee, inafanywa na wamama na pia wanaume. Kwa hivyo ukulima sisi sote tunafaa kujilisha.
Ungana nasi Jumamosi saa 10:30 hapa KBC Channel 1 kwa mseto kamili wa kilimo.
Pindi tunapowasha vifaa vyetu, tunapata fursa ya kutangamana na wasikilizaji wetu.
Karibu sana thĩinĩ wa tabarĩra ya Rwiga.
Tunapeperusha utangazaji uliobobea katika habari,
ni ũndũ wa macio na mangĩ maingĩ,
burudani,
haha nĩ harĩa tũkoragwo tũkĩigua nyĩmbo mwaki nyĩmbo hot,
na hamasisho la kiroho. Usiachwe nyuma, jiunge nasi kwa safari ya kufana katika 99.5 FM. Soro FM. Soro FM.
Hello and welcome to the premier show on disability issues in Kenya. My name is Jen Theory. Let's get started. Autism is not a single condition, but a diverse of strengths and challenges. Here is the story of Samuel, a husband, a father, and a caregiver to his 10-year-old son who has autism. Take a look at that story.
A father figure is very crucial in every child's upbringing. Samuel, a parent and a caregiver to a child with autism, shares his family journey.
Taking care of autistic children is a full-time job. And when you have two working together, when you have two caregivers working together, then you give the child even a better chance in thriving. Yeah? The other thing you need to realize that most of the children who will develop autism are of the male gender. They are boys, and the boys need their fathers or a father figure to be there. It is thought that in the formative years the mother is needed more in terms of nurturing, but in terms of, especially for boys, in terms of teaching this boy life skills, how to live with people, and how to be a man in future, the father figure is required.
After 18 months of raising a healthy child, Taji's behavior towards his environment suddenly changed. This raised concerns for his parents.
We were in church one day, and our family friend, a friend of ours who's just come back from she's a doctor, she had come back from doing her master's, and she hadn't seen Taji, and that was her first time. And she kept on staring at my son. Everybody's trying to talk to her, trying to catch up. She's just staring at him. And she asked me, does he several questions. Does he talk? Does he play with other children? Does he always make those sounds? And I'm like, yeah, but I was told it's fine. When I took him to one of the top children's hospital, I was told it's fine. He's fine. There's no problem. And he was like, yeah, I know it's a bit interesting. That can be the case, but we need a specialist to look at him. And that's when she sent us to a neurologist, a pediatric neurologist for the that's when we first got our first diagnosis.
The news of their son's diagnosis was a big shock that came with a lot of struggles, denial, and grief that nobody prepared them for.
When we got the diagnosis, the doctor told us, "Oh, you didn't know he has autism?" That's the way we got the news. And I remember I was like, autism, oh, okay. So I asked him, where's the medicine? And he told me that there's no medicine. He told us that there's no medicine. We just need to take him to school. So that's what we did. We took him to school at Apona, Kenya Shule. So, yeah, that was our diagnosis journey. Short and long of it, Bada Japona, he's been in school since he was 3, he's now 10. And yes, I looked for the pill for 4 years, for about 2 years, denial. I was looking for a pill. I knew doctors, I knew that I could find the cure, and I started finding out, oh my God, this is it. And that's when I discovered it's a lifelong disability.
It didn't hit me immediately when I was told that the child is autistic. So it took a bit of processing, and at that moment I was quite busy actually with work. So that also lengthened the time that it took me to respond to that news. But eventually we did. Slowly it got into me, and I realized that I have a child here that is not going to be who I expected he would be.
As a bright child, choosing the right school was a major priority. This was to ensure that the education system supported his future and the visions he has for life.
When you're making a choice about, let's say, school, what do you want to see? First of all, you want to see whether they can overcome some of the challenges that make them be left behind. So sometimes inclusive schools work better than special schools, in that the child is not only learning from what they are being taught, but they are also learning from interaction with other children. Yeah, so that is why we made a choice to take the child to an inclusive school and see how that pans out.
Like any other family, raising a child with autism, they've faced a lot of stigma from the community.
I'm very sensitive to the environment that I am in, and you see the stares, how people stare at you when the child is behaving like he should as an autistic person, but which is not normal for regular, which is not normal for typical children, yeah? And some of them will look, some people will look at you and the child with, it's like judgment, it's like hate, like they hate you for being in that space. You understand? Like they hate you for being in the space where they are with this wayward child. Right? And from some conversations you feel like people are telling you are not disciplining, you don't do discipline on your child. You do discipline on your child, you try. Yeah? But how do you discipline them? Yeah? And then disciplining meaning what? Do you change who they are? So the challenges are there. When people will learn, maybe when he's going to a special school, people will learn that your child is in a special school. They know, yeah, that's another person who will not amount to anything. Yeah, so and you feel it as the parent. Yeah, you feel that this is my child. I am responsible for him. I produced him, so I am also to blame. So sometimes also you get you get bothered mentally, and then also you don't also want to disturb others. You see, you don't want to be the cause of their discomfort, so you also tend to withdraw a lot from social environments, especially when you have your child. Yeah, so you don't want, you find like automatically steering away from social interactions when you're with your child.
However, the family is proud of the milestones their son has achieved and have taken this chance to advocate for inclusive education for all children.
He's now talking more. Yeah, he's always been, you could say, verbal, but does not really express. He doesn't speak. He didn't speak in phrases. He didn't speak in a sentence. But now, when he speaks, maybe it could be a sentence of like 3 words or 4 words, but they are very precise and appropriate to the whatever it is that is in at the table. We can say he has now appropriate conversation. Inclusive education is very important for autistic children, and generally all children who have any neurological challenges, inclusive education is very important. Yeah, because when you look at when people look at children with autism, they think that they are mad, they are incapable of academic and other cognitive issues. They are not capable of doing academic work. That's what people think. But autistic children are as capable as any other child.
As a proud father, Samuel emphasizes on how important it is for men to support their spouses and play an active role in their children's upbringing.
The support of a father is very, very important in any family, not necessarily a family that has autism. Yeah, and but when it comes to the families with children with disabilities, the mothers usually carry the hugest burden at great cost in their mental health and in their professional careers too, because sometimes mothers have to step back, reduce the workload in the office by taking lower positions in their organization, in their jobs, so that they can have more time with their children to participate or to bring up their children. And without the support of the father, that means that mother has lost, first of all, their career goals. They are gone. They are not longer proceeding at the same pace as they would have if they didn't have to spend all their time with this child.
Their call to the government is to cut the cost of therapy and make the services affordable to accommodate the families that are in need.
A single therapy session can cost anywhere from 5,000, and I think the cheapest I've ever seen is like 3,000 shillings, unless it is completely subsidized, in which case you will pay maybe consultation for in the hospital where the therapy is being done for like maybe 500 shillings. Kenyatta National Hospital itself is charging, I think, 1,000, more than 1,000 shillings at the moment, and that's a public hospital. Now, if you go to private therapy centers, in a month you're spending more than 30,000 shillings. Yeah. So in some cases, school fees or fees for therapy, like a therapy center where you go every day, and it's also where they get academic school in that same therapy center, anywhere from 75,000 and above.
Where we have a population where there are a lot of children with autism, parents can come together and get OTs to go to their school. That will make learning even more successful for such children. That's just a brief thing that you can do. To the government, autism is a disability, and it's a very expensive disability, extremely expensive disability. We have been left out as parents of children with autism. Please look into it.
We now take a short breather, but we'll be right back with more. Don't touch that dial.
Get ready for a captivating continental football extravaganza. KBC Channel 1 brings you exclusive coverage of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations, WAFCON. From Sunday the 26th of July to Sunday the 16th of August 2026. Welcome to Morocco! Morocco is the battleground as Nigeria defend their title against 15 other nations fighting to lift the prestigious trophy. Who will be crowned Queens of African Football? Courtesy of the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports. Watch all the action unraveling on KBC Channel 1, your true sports partner.
Picked up once again, there's the high ball over the top and a chance for a header. What a save that is from Schwartz. Excellent stop there from Kaylin Schwartz at Kanu. It was teed up sumptuously at the far post. Let's have a look at this again. And that's the header, angled it. It couldn't have been a better header. Just pushing Schwartz to really fly out to the left-hand side.
I'm so overwhelmed right now, but I think that was a collective effort. I think when we fight and we fight together, this is what happens. And I think, yeah, the soccer gods was with us today, but yeah, I'm just glad that I could help the team in any way possible. I still don't know how I made those saves, but yeah, I think all the hard work that I've put in, I think all the disappointments from the tournament, I think now we can rest a little and hopefully go back and, you know, and now in the playoffs. And yes, this is not the way we wanted to go to the World Cup, but if this is the step that we have to take, so be it. But we're going to continue to work, and hopefully in the next couple of rounds we can still display the same football and unity that we showed today. But yeah, I'm just proud of the girls, and yeah, I don't have any more to say.
Welcome back. Monica calls for better care and reception in the maternity unit in the hospitals. As the first point of contact when bringing a new life into this world, doctors should be more considerate. Let's hear her story.
Monica's unwavering love for her daughter Lorna has transformed into a powerful journey of advocacy. But how did this journey begin?
I gave birth to Lorna on 10th of August 2016. And before that, I just had a smooth pregnancy period. I used to go to school because I used to be a teacher. And I did not have any problems until when she was due. And she didn't come the day that we expected her to come. So I had an appointment with the doctor on that 10th to go and have an to be induced. So on the day when I was going, I didn't have any problems at all. So our father left for work, and I used to stay with a brother of mine who also left to work that day. So I prepared myself, and I just went straight towards the hospital. So something happened along the road between Langata to where I was going to the hospital. I started having labor pains, and they were very intense, such that by the time I was alighting in the matatu, they were so much intense. And I could not even look for my phone at that time. I was sweating, and I was like, it was too much. So I just tried to cross the road near Nyayo Stadium towards the hospital in Nairobi West. By the time I reached the hospital, there was a queue, of course, of people who were looking for services in the hospital. And the only thing I told the nurse, the receptionist there, was like I was in an emergency. And for them, I gave them my documents, and I expected them to act fast to help me. But then they took me through a triage, you know, the triage where they have to take your temperatures, the blood pressure, and all those things. It is between that very, very short time that I think it became something like a prolonged labor, because by the time I saw the doctor, he only looked at me, tried to examine, and realized that the baby was already coming out. So it is that time they whisked me to the wards, at the labor wards, where I gave birth to Lona immediately. And she came out very quiet. She didn't cry.
This was a period of confusion, anger, and uncertainty for her.
There were so many things going on in my mind because, first of all, I'm not the first. She's not the first child. I gave birth to the other three. She has 3 siblings who are older than her. And I tried to imagine when I gave birth to my firstborn in the village. And she was my first child. That the experience was quite, the first having a child, and I was young at that time. And now trying to remember that she is now my 4th child, and I'm in the city, and she's suffering something like this. For me, it was like I didn't understand completely. But she stayed in the ICU for 8 days, and then on the 9th day, she was taken to the nursery. And nursery is for premature babies, but for her, she was not premature. But because now I was discharged, and they could not put her in a ward alone, they had to put her where the other small babies are. So she was put in those machines where they put premature babies. Now with the temperatures, with everything, akaanza kutoka ngozi kabisa, na ulikuwa unakuta akitafuta ile veins wanamdunga anafura ali. So nilikuwa naenda kila siku nauliza amelia, wananiangalia tu wanashake kichwa bado. Until the 21st day when we were discharged, so alitolewa sasa ile oxygen, tukaambiwa sasa tuende naye nyumbani. Lakini wakati nimemfikisha hapa ndio ilikuwa usiku, she started twitching. Ile unaona kabisa na twitch. So I was so worried, na tukapinduka tu na tukarudi hospitali. Kufika huko sasa pediatrician anatuangalia tu, anatuambia you will see more of this. So I was like, what is this? They still do not want to tell us the problem. Until now, one day when I was just sitting here, a friend of mine came. I could say a friend because she was a parent kwa shule ambayo alikuwa anafundisha. So alikuwa anapita tu karibu, akaniambia nimefika hapa nikuje nikusalimie. Nikamwambia kuja. Akakuja akanipata, and then she saw Lona. She looked at Lona, and then she remembered that a friend had a child like Lona through the characteristics. Now she told me, you need to take this child to somewhere for better diagnosis. And it is from there she connected me to her friend who had a child like Lona, although she had lost at that time. And it is the lady that sent me to another doctor, ambaye sasa alikuwa anaitwa neurologist. It is that doctor who told me that the twitchings are convulsions, they are seizures, and they need to be put into medication. And also, the same doctor told me now what the condition of the child is.
For years, Monica sought for answers navigating a new life that had no manual.
There are no trainings for having a child ambaye akona cerebral palsy. It is every day is a learning day. Even today, I'm still learning some things about her. But what happened after now I lost my job, I was sitting here. It was in 2020. Remember, everybody else was at home. So I was just sitting here. And, one thing with having a child, ambaye akona challenge yote, especially this one that contains the brain, and that's a severely disabled child. You find yourself sitting down and then you think too much. There are so many thoughts that come in your mind. Like you think about how Malson would have been, like she would be talking, she would be going to school, you would be doing other things, But now you are here just sitting to change diapers and then medications here and there. So I remember even juzi ndo nilianza kuzima stima. I used to leave my lights in the room open because I used to just look at her and wonder even if she's breathing. No, the word is too much. And when she first had her cry, it was celebrations for us in the house. Sisi wote tunaona vile mtoto analia alafu watu wanakuambia nyamaza. Sisi wakati yeye alilia, the first cry, tulitoa machozi. Feeding is a very big challenge because she cannot chew or swallow. So before when she was the first year to 5 years, she used to have aspirations, reflux. When you feed her, she vomits, and then the particles of the food or whatever things she takes goes to the lungs, and then she gets pneumonia. That one will always put us in the ICU and also oxygen supports. So until now, and a doctor one time decided to first put a feeding tube in the tummy. It was not a very easy decision. It took me 3 years to think through it. Every time naambia daktari hapana. I used to imagine mtoto ametobolewa, ameweka tube, itakuwaje. So after 3 years, daktari ananiambia hata nitakupeleka kwa wazazi wako, naambia hapana. Naenda nikidiscuss na watu kwa familia, wananiambia ukiwekea you will be on your own. Si hatuwezi kudeal na hiyo kitu. But then we sat, I kept on talking about it. and until now hao wenyewe wakaona mtoto anaumia sana because alikuwa anatapika, na daktari alikuwa ameniambia akiwekewa itapunguza hizo kutapika, itapunguza hizo feeding, na pia kumpea chakula nyingi zaidi itakuwa better.
Stigma is the greatest challenge many families face, especially coming from people who are very close. However, Monica has made the deliberate step to choose who remains in her circle as she goes through the journey of disability awareness and sensitization.
There's a lot of stigma surrounding the condition, so people talk a lot. They start saying labda ni dhambi, labda kuna uchawi mahali, labda people even say it is sacrifice, no? People say it is sacrifice, people sacrifice, and it is a very painful thing to even think about. They wonder who would want to be confined in a place to sit down and have a child who is disabled for the rest of your life and your life, because everything changed. I don't think there is anything, even if it's an exchange of anything, it is not something that anyone wants. From the community I come from, there is a lot of stigma about cerebral palsy. The first times when she was young, people were like, mbona hii hakuna kwetu. In fact, my own father, although he's late now, said hakuna kitu kama hii kwa familia, so where is it coming from? Then some started attaching it to witchcraft, you know, and sijui dhambi, ancestors, you know, huko nyuma. And even until today, when I go home, every time when somebody asks me about Lona, if I tell them happily, like, Lona ako sawa, you know, and ako tuna challenges zake, but ako sawa, you hear people say, angekuwa ng'ombe, tungemchinja. I have very few people I can count as family, and most of them are strangers. First of all, the church that came there for the whole month, who kept on visiting, is my family. Because apart from my husband and my brother, and maybe one of his brothers, I did not see anybody else the whole of that month who came to see her. So the church, and also from the church, there are those friends who are also drawn from a church. There is like a small fellowship. Those are the people who have been holding my hands. In fact, the wheelchairs that Lona has, one of the wheelchairs, the diapers, and like every month they have Lona in their minds praying and doing that.
Monica's journey is a testament to the power of a mother's love and the importance of advocating for those who need it most.
Me, I'm a social media person, and it has actually helped me heal, because I used to post things there, and then, you know, we get 1-2 people who will encourage you. Of course, there was bullying and stigma, but the positive comments were more than the negative ones, and they kept me good, because when everyone else goes out, and I was here alone with that, because at some point we had to leave the house girl so that tupunguze ile mizigo. So ukipata mtu anaku encourage 1, 2, 3 people, you become better. So it is also the same year that I found a woman, or a lady, who became my friend, ambaye anaitwa Veronica. Now she had an association where she supports women who have kids like her. So because she's not in the country, she asked me if I can help her bring the mothers together. I have a sister of mine who has become very passionate about kids who have cerebral palsy, and she has been supporting. In fact, akinionaga ananiambia nipatie namba hiyo mama, and then she buys them diapers. Akiona stories, she follows stories about children who have cerebral palsy, and she would refer to me. Akiona mtu ambaye anachangamka, anashika mtoto hivi na hivi, ananiambia, can you go and look at that story? No, see that, you know, see. So they have become passionate because of Lona. So I normally educate them. I also go live on my Facebook social media pages. I talk about it, and it has had a very good impact. I've seen women who have come out, and I have a very big number of women now who have embraced their kids, and now for them they are better than those of us wale walikuwa nyuma, because hiyo stigma imeisha. So unakuta mtu akona mtoto maybe wa 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, they have easily been able to accept the condition kuliko sisi wenye hatukuwa na watu wanatuongelesha. So we first tell them it's not a disease, it's a condition, and it can happen to any child. So once they are born, this is what you can do, because if the child is alive, you don't run away from the condition. You just have to take care of that child the best way you can, and you let God do the rest.
Let's take a look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities.
Article 7 of the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities state that state parties shall take all necessary measures to ensure the full enjoyment by children with disabilities of all human rights and fundamental freedoms on an equal basis with other children.
On Disability Pet Peeve today, we highlight the issue of isolating caregivers of persons with disabilities. Many caregivers struggle to keep it all together because of the overwhelming responsibilities they carry on a daily. And as a community, we owe them much concern, care, and empathy. Remember, inclusion is not charity, it is dignity. We've come to the end of the show today, but be sure to join us every other Saturday for more insightful information. I've been your host, Jane Theory. Goodbye.
Je, umewahi kusikia kuhusu ufugaji wa minyoo wa ardhini? Mimi nimeweza kutangamana na wakulima wanaofuga mbuzi, kondoo, nguruwe na wanyama wengine. Hivi leo hapa Ongata Rongai, ninaye mkulima anayejihusisha na kilimo kwa lugha ya Kimombo kinaitwa vermicomposting. Anafuga minyoo wa ardhini kwa malengo ya kupata mbolea ya hali ya juu. Mbona niandike kwa mate ili hali wino upo? Jiunge nasi, mkulima wetu yupo tayari atueleze kwa undani kilimo hiki kinafanyika vipi. Jina langu ni Karen Kanewe. Karibu. Mimi nina hamu sana ya kujua ufugaji huu wa minyoo wa ardhini unafanyika vipi. Naye mkulima wetu hapa yuko tayari kuzungumza nasi. Uko aje?
Niko salama.
Aha. Asante sana kwa kutukaribisha mahali hapa.
Karibu.
Tuambie jina lako na kazi ambayo unaifanya hapa.
Kwa majina naitwa Christina Ger na kazi ninayofanya ni kufuga minyoo kisha tunatumia kutengeza fertilizer.
Aha.
Sasa tunatumia waste, ile takataka ya jikoni. Aha. Kama umekatakata mboga, ile miti ya mboga unatupa. Kama umekula avocado, unatupa maganda na unatupa mbegu. Hiyo mbegu ndio tunatumia hapa, tunafuga minyoo na tunatengeza nayo fertilizer tunayotumia kupanda.
Hebu tueleze hizo hatua za kuanza toka hapa kwenye taka hadi kule, hadi upate fertilizer yako, mbolea yako, mpaka kuitumia katika mimea.
Asante sana. Process yetu inaanzia sokoni. Soko ya Kware, soko kubwa sana Rongai. Iko na waste, ile takataka mingi sana kutoka sokoni. Tunaenda tunakusanya hiyo takataka, inafika hapa shambani. Ikifika shambani, tuko na watu wanaitwa sorters. Wanagawanyisha waste yenye ni organic, ile vyakula, ile tunaweza decompose. Kisha kuna ile waste yenye ni plastic, glass, hiyo hatutumii. Kwa hivyo tukichukua ile waste, ile chakula kutoka jikoni, ile ya sokoni, tunaiweka hapa.
Naileta hapa.
Hapa. Kama unaona kama hii, ilitoka sokoni. Hapa kuna avocado. Kwa hivyo hapa tunaita pre-composting stage. Pre-composting stage. Tunaiweka hapa kwanza, ndo iweze kuanza kukua broken down.
Mkiiwacha hapa, mnamwagia maji ama mnaiwacha tu yenyewe?
Hapa hatumwagi maji, hapa tunaweka tu sawdust. Tunaweka sawdust kuondoa harufu. Kwa hivyo tukishatandaza waste yetu, tunachukua sawdust tunamwagilia juu, ndo isiweze kutoa harufu kuaffect hata majirani. Kisha tunaiacha hapa kwa wiki moja. Siku 7 mpaka siku 10 itakuwa ready. Baada ya hapa tunaibeba. Tuko na wafanyikazi wetu, tunachukua waste. Sasa tukitoa waste upande ule, tunakuja nayo hapa. Kumbuka ishakuwa pre-composted. Tunaweka kwa hii machine. Kwa hivyo tukiweka waste inakuwa broken down, tunaitolea hapa. Kisha tuna collect. Tukishatoa waste hapa, kwa hivyo tunafika huku. Haya,
hizi ni gloves za
hatuwezi shika worms kwa mikono yetu mikavu kwa sababu hatujui tumetoka wapi. Hatutaki pia kuwapea magonjwa waache kufanya kazi yao. Kwa hivyo unavaa hiyo ndio uweze kuwashika. Kisha waste ikitoka huko tunaiweka hapa. Hizi zinaitwa beds. Hizi zinaitwa the vermicomposting beds. Kwa hivyo unaona venye wanazana.
Ni wengi.
Hawa ndio tunawaita wafanyikazi wetu wenyewe sasa.
Wenyewe ni wengi sana. Na mbona mmefunika na makaratasi
sasa hapa? Makaratasi haya ni for aeration. Inasaidia hewa kupita, kupenya mpaka katikati, ndo worms wasije wakasuffocate.
Hili bed limekuwa tayari ama limebakisha muda gani ndo liwe tayari?
Hili bed, hii ukiangalia imekuwa loaded tu siku 2 zimepita. Hata ukiangalia venye ni wet bado, kumaanisha haijakauka. Kisha unaona iko bado na miwa, kumaanisha haijaanza kuwa broken down. Kwa hivyo hii bado imebaki wiki kama 1 ndo iweze kukua tayari. Tunaweza angalia ingine pia.
Mbona mnafunika na magunia?
Tunafunika na magunia kwa sababu ya ndege. Ndege wanapenda sana kula worms. Kwa hivyo tukiacha kama tujafunika, wataingia wakule. Na pia tunafunika kwa sababu worms wanapenda kufanya kazi kwa giza. Ikiwa like sai tukifungua hivi utaona wanajificha,
wataanza kuingia kule
ndani. Kwa hivyo tunafunika ndio wakiwa wakue comfortable, wanaweza kula chini, wanaweza kula juu, kila mahali, inawapea hiyo giza ya kufanya kazi.
Hawa minyoo ni wa kawaida tu ama kuna tofauti na wale wenye wako kule ardhini?
Hawa minyoo ni wa kawaida, ni hao tu wa ardhini. Hawa minyoo ni wale wa kawaida kabisa. Ukienda shambani uchimbe huko chini, ni hao tu minyoo. Ni minyoo wa kawaida, wanaitwa earthworms.
Earthworms wa kawaida tu.
Wa kawaida tu. Ama the red regular worm. Kwa hivyo production yetu ni 100% organic. Kwa hizi bed hakuna chemical tumeweka. Ni tu venye tumetoa waste, tukai-precompose, tukaiweka hapa, tukapea worms. Kwa sababu worms naye pia hizi kula chemicals. Kwa hivyo the production ni 100% organic. Tukisonga huko tutapata beds zenye zimekuwa hizi zimewekwa juzi ndio maana ziko wet.
Zote hizi ni siku mbili pia.
Ni siku mbili. Na ukitembea hapa utagundua kwamba hatuna harufu yoyote.
Kabisa
Hii ndio umuhimu wa hii carton na umuhimu wa sawdust tukifanya pre-composting. Kwa sababu tungekosa hayo mambo mawili, hapa kungekuwa na harufu.
Taka hapa inaanzia wapi hadi wapi?
Taka inaanzia hapa. Na ukifunua utaona inafika hapa. Kwa hivyo ili worm aweze kupenetrate mpaka chini huko, ndio maana tunamwaga maji ndio ikuwe na uwepesi wa kupita mpaka chini. Na tena tumeka carton ya kuleta aeration ndo kupenetrate hadi chini isiwe ngumu, ndio siku ya kuharvest tukikuja tunatoa yote mara moja. Hizi sasa ni zenye tumeka maji, zile tumeka waste recently. Kisha huku tuna yenye tunaweza ona imeanza kuwa tayari.
Hii hapa imeanza kuwa tayari.
Hii ukiangalia hii ni ndogo ndogo
kabisa.
Imeanza.
Hapa naona wameimenya kabisa mpaka
wamekula kukula.
Itakuwa ndogo kabisa. Christine, nikitizama hapa naona jengo lako limejengwa kwa njia maalum. Pale naona zile beds ama vitanda, sijui ni vite vipi ambapo wale earthworms wako. Kuna jinsi ambavyo vimejengwa na vile vile naona jengo lingine hapa. Waweza kutueleza kuhusu jengo hili?
Asante. Kwa hivyo tulipoanza tulianzia jengo kama hili. Tulianzia the cement beds. Hii ndio ilikuwa our first structure, hizi mbili. Lakini kwa sababu ya cost na portability, hizi tunaweza songesha wakati wowote ama tukihama ama anything ikifanyika, unpredictability. Kwa hivyo hii tuli put on hold kujenga hii permanent, tukaanza kutumia hii temporary. Kwa nini hatukuchagua mbao, tukachagua mabati? Mbao venye tunajua ikishika maji inakuwa na unyevunyevu na worms wanaweza fikiria pia ni chakula. Kwa hivyo hii hawawezi interfere nayo, na hii pia hairust kwa maji. Kisha tumeka hivi juu ndio tuweze kumaximize production yetu, tuweze kuproduce mingi. Tukitumia hiyo tuna produce kidogo. Sasa hii ina double the production. Tumejenga kutumia mesh kwa sababu tunataka hewa iingie hapa ndani. Tukitumia mabati tutalimit worms na hewa kubreathe, na tumetumia mabati juu kwa sababu ya ndege. Venye nilisema ndege wakigundua kuwa hapa kuna worms wanashinda hapa saa yote. Kwa hivyo tumejenga hii ndo ndege wasione ni nini inaendelea, na hii tumejenga ndio aeration ikue as much as possible. Alafu tumejenga hii pia kuzuia jua kali sana, kwa sababu worms zikikulwa na direct sunlight zinakufa. Kwa hivyo kuprevent direct sunlight na pia kuprevent ndege.
Watu ambao wanapatikana kwa sehemu zenye joto kali sana wanaweza pia kufanya kilimo hiki?
Vizuri sana. Hapa tulipo tuko Ngatarongai, tuko Kajiado County. Tunajua venye Kajiado County ni joto na tunaifanyia kwa hii joto. Na pia worms hawahitaji baridi sana, wanahitaji hapo katikati. Kwa hivyo joto haina shida, bora uzuie direct sunlight isiwachape directly, lakini sehemu ya joto haina shida.
Hebu niulize, hawa minyoo mayai yake yanatagika yenyewe wakati unaweka uchafu ama unanunua minyoo unawaleta hapa, inafanyika vipi?
Minyoo tulinunua tu mara ya kwanza. Tukianzia kule. Hizi zingine zote wametagiwa hapa, wamezaliwa hapa. Na uzuri ya minyoo anazaa sana. Kwa mfano hawa wenye umeona leo, ukarudi baada ya wiki 2 utapata hapa pamejaa. Kwa hivyo wanazaana sana. Na pia wanakufa. Kwa hivyo wakikufa pia hao wenyewe bado ni mbolea. Wenye wamebaki wanaendelea kuzaana. Wanataga mayai zinaaguliwa hapa, wanaendelea kukula.
Hiki kitanda kiko tayari kuvunwa?
Hiki kitanda kiko tayari kuvunwa. Hapa sasa ndio tutapata kuvuna mbolea yetu na tuweze kuona venye tunaitumia shambani.
Tunazidi kupata mafundisho hapa jinsi ya kupata mbolea kutokana na ufugaji huu wa minyoo wa ardhini. Tulianza kule nje, mahali ambapo taka inaletwa na inakuwa sorted. Unatenganisha taka ambayo inaweza kumeng'enywa na hawa earthworms, unaondoa na ile plastiki. Kisha zinapelekwa kwenye kisiagi pale. Alafu baada ya hiyo unaleta hiyo taka katika hivi vitanda. Na kitanda hiki tayari kiko tayari kuvunwa mbolea. Hivyo basi jiunge nasi tuvune mbolea.
Kwa hivyo tukishatoa waste kwa bed, tunaweka hapa kwa kichungi. Kisha tunatoa fertilizer. Sasa tunatoa mbolea. Kwa hivyo hii yenye imebaki tunaweza pasua, tuzidi kutoa. Kisha kama kuna yenye imebaki yenye bado haijaliwa, tunarudisha kwa bed. Tende kazi.
Nifanya vilivyo inavyofaa.
Hapa sasa unatumia nguvu yako yote. Ile ugali ulikula usiku inatumika hapa sasa. Haya, kwa hivyo tunaweka hii kando. Kwa hivyo hiyo imebaki. Sasa ni pure organic fertilizer. 100% organic.
Inapendeza.
Sasa hii ndio tunauzia wakulima, wanatumia kupanda. Wanatumia kupanda mimea yoyote, iwe mboga, mahindi, miwa, mimea yoyote ili unataka kupanda. Sasa hii hautumii chemicals yoyote kwa mboga yako ama kwa mimea.
Hebu niulize, kitanda kama hiki kinakupa mbolea kiasi gani?
Kitanda kama hii tukivuna yote, kisha haya mabaki yamebaki tunarudisha, tutapata gunia 4 kwa sababu hatutaki pia kuharvest yote, tutaacha worms bila chakula. Tunatoa tu gunia 4 ya kilo 50. Kwa hivyo tukiharvest shamba mzima tunapata kilo kama 3,000.
Kilo 3,000.
Kilo 3,000. Hiyo ni baada ya wiki 2.
Kwa kijisehemu hiki tu cha ardhi.
Kwa kijisehemu tu hiki cha ardhi. Ndio maana tumeka beds 2.
Habari ndio hiyo mtazamaji. Tumeweza kuona jinsi ya kuvuna mbolea hii kutokana na ufugaji huu wa earthworms. Nataka tupunge hewa kidogo, turejee katika awamu yetu ya pili, tujue mkulima wetu anatoa soko lake wapi na ni kazi gani anayoifanya katika jamii hii yake. Karibu katika awamu hii yetu ya pili. Hapa mkulima
Listen up. Colgate is on a mission. It's kind of a big thing. Colgate Herbal uses traditional nature's herbs and combines it with Colgate science for healthy gums and strong teeth.
Colgate Charcoal Gentle Clean cleans and polishes teeth for a whiter smile and a naturally fresh and clean mouth. Choose natural. Choose Colgate Charcoal.
Karibu katika awamu hii yetu ya pili. Hapa mkulima wetu atatueleza soko lake ni lipi na vile vile kazi anayoifanya katika jamii hii yake ya Ongata Rongai. Christine, tumeweza kupata mbolea yetu hii hapa. Kutoka hapa tunaiweka wapi?
Kutoka hapa sasa tunaifunga kwa magunia ili tuweze kupatia wateja, ili tuweze kuuza. Kwa hivyo gunia hii ni ya kilo 50, ikijaa tunapima kilo 50 ndio tuweze kuanza kupeleka sokoni. Wateja wetu ni wote wenye wanaofanya ukulima nyumbani na pia wanaofanya urban gardening. Tunatafuta wale wako na kitchen gardens kwa mtaa kama Nairobi ama hata Rongai, kisha tunawauzia. Kwa hivyo hao wanachukua kidogo kidogo, lakini sasa wale wakulima wetu wa nyumbani tunawatumanishia. Tunafanya delivery kulingana na ile kiwango mkulima anataka. Kwa hivyo tuna target both urban farmers na rural farmers.
Hivyo basi
wote ni wateja wetu.
Kusema wateja wenu wako nchini kote Kenya ama vipi?
Wateja wetu wako nchini kote Kenya. Bora ni mkulima anayepanda mimea yoyote anapanda, mbolea yetu inatumika 100% organic. Hakuna kutumia kemikali, kwa hivyo ukipanda mboga yako pale kwa kitchen garden yako haukuli kemikali hata moja.
Gunia kama hili mnaliuza hela ngapi?
Gunia ya kilo 50 tunauza shilingi 2,200. Gunia hii ya 50 kg.
Hapa tumeweza kupackage mbolea yetu katika gunia hili, na basi tunaondoka kwenda kwenye greenhouse tuone jinsi ya kuitumia. Hapa ndo kwenye greenhouse sasa.
Hapa ndo kwenye greenhouse. Hapa ndio tumepanda cherry tomatoes. Ile tomato aina ya salad, ile ndogo ndogo. Na tumeipanda kutumia our organic fertilizer. Kwa hivyo kutumia organic fertilizer kupanda, unachukua tu kiwango.
Naitia namna hiyo.
Namna hiyo. Kisha unachukua seedling yako, unawekelea hapo. Kisha kitu imebaki sasa ni kufungulia tu maji itiririke. Tunatumia drip irrigation kuconserve maji, na pia tunatumia rice husk kama mulch kuconserve maji. Yeah.
Hii mulch, hakuna mchanga hapa?
Hakuna mchanga hapa hata kidogo. Ukifungua mpaka chini utapata ni rice husk na pia iko na maji. Venye nimesema ina conserve maji. Kwa hivyo inasaidia crops kugrow na very little water.
Mimi nazidi na kupata maarifa hapa kabambe jinsi ya kutumia mbolea hii. Hebu nikuulize Christine, ni makosa yepi ambayo mkulima anastahili kujiepusha nayo katika safari hii ya kilimo hiki?
Katika safari hii ya kutengeza fertilizer kutumia hao worms, makosa moja mkulima anaweza fanya ni kuweka worms kwa direct sunlight. Unaona kama joto yenye iko hapa kwa greenhouse, huwezi weka worms hapa. Ndio maana tulitumia mesh na tukatumia mabati juu kuzuia jua. Makosa ingine ni kosa kuwekea wale worms maji, kwa sababu pale ndani patakauka na wanakula kwa ubora kukiwa na unyevunyevu ndani ya zile beds. Makosa ingine mkulima atafanya ni kukosa kuchange chakula, kwa sababu ile worms ndio inafanya wale chakula ile chakula ndio inafanya wale worms wanakula, wanazidi kuzaana. Kwa hivyo usipowabadilishia chakula hadi waanze tu kukula hii fertilizer peke yake, ni kumaanisha hawana chakula. Kwa hivyo hawana kitu inawasustain, kwa hivyo watakufa. Hayo ndio makosa matatu mtu anaweza fanya kwa hii ufugaji.
Hivyo basi mtu akikosa kuvuna mbolea hii kwa wakati unaostahili, wataila tena?
Hawezi ila. Wakisha hii yenye tumetoa yenye tuna harvest ni kama poop. Ni kama worm poop. Kwa hivyo haezi kula yenye ashatoa. Haezi kula kinyesi chake. Hii tunatumia ni kinyesi. Kwa hivyo lazima uendelee kumpea chakula ndio aweze kukila. Usipompa chakula atakufa njaa.
Kuna mkulima ambaye hana uwezo wa kuanzisha jengo kama lile ambalo tumeweza kuliona pale, lakini yuko pale nyumbani na anatamani tu kuanzisha kilimo kama hiki. Ni njia gani basic anaweza kufanya ndo anze tu kidogo kidogo?
Kuanzisha ukulima huu haitaji structure kubwa kama hiyo ndo uanze. Bora una ile waste yako ya jikoni, ile mboga yenye imebaki, avocado nini, kisha unaeka tu shimo yako kidogo kama ile bed yetu ya cement. Hata hiyo moja imetosha mkulima kupanda tu mboga zake hapo. Akiwa na hiyo bed moja, ananunua worms kama kilo moja, kisha anaanza tu kuwalisha na wanazidi kuzaana, naye pia anapata mbolea.
Atatoa wapi? Atanunua wapi hapa wale worms?
Worms, tunauza worms pia apart from kuuza fertilizer juu zinazaana. Kwa hivyo pia si tunazirea, tunauza. Kwa hivyo tunauza kulingana na kipimo yenye mkulima anataka.
Kweli kabisa. Kando na kilimo hiki, ni mambo yapi mengine ambayo unafanya katika jamii yako?
Mambo mengine tunafanya kama Vemifarm Initiative ni kuwasaidia wakulima. Kama greenhouse kama hii, tunawajengea wakulima pia greenhouse, vikundi vya wakulima. Kama Vemifarm ndio tunataka kutengeza profit, lakini sisi ni impact driven. Tunataka kusaidia jamii yetu, sana sana wanawake. Kwa hivyo tunajengea wakulima wanawake greenhouse, kisha wanafanya production ya tomatoes. Wakishafanya production ya tomatoes, tunawa connect na soko ya kuuza cherries. Kisha tukiwafanyia construction ya greenhouse, tunawasaidia pia, tuna mafunzo, tunawasaidia mafunzo ya kutengeza fertilizer yao wenyewe, tunawasaidia mafunzo ya kukuza mimea yao, tunawasaidia mafunzo pia ya kujimudu kimaisha ili kila mtu naye aweze kujitafutia. Jambo lingine tunafanya, tuko na product tunaita the Vemifarm Wallet. Hii unapata kwa simu yako kwa USSD code, kisha una access kitu tunaita the digital wallet ya Vemifarm Initiative. Hapo mkulima anaweza save pesa yenye ameuza ya mapato yake, wanaweza tumiana pesa mkulima kwa mkulima, kisha wanaweza pia pata mikopo yao ya kufanya ukulima wao. Wanaweza nunua nayo seedlings, wanaweza nunua nayo anything wanahitaji, kama wanahitaji kuongeza mbuzi kando na mimea wanayopanda.
Tukielekea kutamatisha, neno lako kwa mkulima wa leo ni gani, ambaye ananuia kuanzisha kilimo hiki ama pia ambaye anataka sana kufanya kilimo ambacho ni organic?
Kwa Vemifarm tunasemanga step ya kwanza ya kufanya kitu ni kuanza. Huwezi jua ni nini utakumbatiana nayo mbele, na kitu wakulima wengi wanaogopa ni hiyo step ya kwanza, kuanza, kukuwa na hiyo hari ya kufanya ukulima. Na hii si kama ile enzi ya kitambo yenye ukulima ilikuwa imeachwa kama retirement plan. Ukulima si retirement plan ama ile backup plan kitu ikishindikana. Saizi ukulima inafanywa na vijana, inafanywa na wazee, inafanywa na wamama na pia wanaume. Kwa hivyo ukulima, sisi sote tunafaa kujilisha na ukulima ndio itatusaidia kujilisha. Kwa hivyo vijana na pia wanawake tujihusishe na shughuli za ukulima ili tuweze kujimudu kimaisha.
Ni hayo tu tuliokuandalia kwenye makala yetu ya hii wiki. Natumai kwamba una mengi sana ambayo umejifunza. Tumeona hatua za kufuata katika kilimo hiki cha earthworms ili uweze kupata mbolea ambayo tumeweza kuiona ni mbolea nzuri sana. Kumbuka ni hapa kwenye Mkulima KBC tunapokuletea mbinu mbalimbali za kilimo na vile teknolojia za kisasa za kurahisisha kilimo. Hadi wakati mwingine, Jumamosi ijayo saa 10:30. Jina langu ni Karen Kanewe. Kwa heri.
Who still waits as you can see the strapping is applied. In it comes Princess with the header for the Black Queens.
and she atones for her error. And Ghana are level in this Women's World Cup qualifier. And the player who conceded the penalty in the very first minute has brought her nation level. Really good header as well. Well, she has had all the chances as Princess, and the teenage goalkeeper is beaten, headed down, and bouncing just in front of Connaught. You got a hand to it, but no more than that. And Ghana are back in this.
Pata makao na boma yangu.
What role do fathers play in raising empowered women? Because as it is very well known, a father is a daughter's first hero, first protector, and the first example of how she's supposed to be loved, valued, and respected.
It was about watoto wamekula, wamevaa nguo. Aya sawa sawa, mimi natoka naenda kazini.
Mimi naenda
kazini. But those were those days, all right? We are at an age where your children are exposed to far more things than it was before.
With my wife, just recently, if you think back 100, 150 years, even as recently as my late dad, he knew exactly what to do as a man at a certain age, because those societal rites of passage and the roles were very clearly defined to that generation.
When a child runs into trouble and comes to you, you listen to them, and then the first question you ask them, like, okay, this has happened. What do you want to do? All right? You don't tell them, okay, this has happened, you have to do this, you can't do this. You don't talk to them. You don't talk at them.
Unfortunately, for many of us, we don't want to let go. We say, ni mtoto wangu. She's 21. Ni mtoto wangu, she's 32. Unafanya nini na mtoto wangu? And she's 32. We say, hey, my guy, it's a little late for that.